Jack Draper, Coco Gauff and Emma Raducanu among 10 to watch at Wimbledon. Wimbledon begins on Monday with Carlos Alcaraz and Barbora Krejcikova bidding to defend the titles they won last year. Here, the PA news agency picks out 10 players to watch over the next fortnight. Coco Gauff. The charismatic American heads to Wimbledon as the new French Open champion, but her glass ceiling remains the fourth round. Yet if her forehand and serve hold up, Gauff has all the weapons and athleticism to master her least favorite surface. The 21-year-old will be seeded second, so there should be little danger until the latter stages of the tournament. Aryna Sabalenka. The runaway world number 1 has yet to make a major impact at Wimbledon and had to withdraw from last year's tournament through injury. Sabalenka's ragged display in the Roland Garros final was hard to take, so the powerful Belarusian will be determined to reassert her authority at the top of the women's game by adding the SW19 title to her US and Australian Open crowns. Emma Raducanu. Now back at the top of the British rankings, Raducanu is playing probably some of her best tennis since her remarkable US Open triumph in 2021, although that bar is quite low after a turbulent few years. The 22-year-old is having to manage a back problem, but her informal coaching arrangement with Mark Petchey appears to be working. Tatjana Maria. The German mother of 2 came from out of nowhere to be crowned the Queen of Queens Club earlier this month. Maria went on an incredible run through qualifying before slicing 4 top 20 players into submission to become the oldest WTA 500 champion at the age of 37. Could bringing 1980s-style tennis back to Wimbledon land the ultimate prize? Qinwen Zheng. With a huge Chinese fanbase, Olympic champion Zheng probably has a claim to be the most recognizable female player worldwide. She has also built a reputation for some frowned-upon antics, from flouting warm-up convention by hitting winners to changing her rackets and shoes during an opponent's service game, most recently against Raducanu at Queen's. Carlos Alcaraz. Now on a career-best 18-match winning streak taking in Rome, the French Open, and a second Queen's title on Sunday, the defending champion remains the man to beat at SW19. A 5-time Grand Slam winner at the age of just 22, Alcaraz has reached 5 consecutive finals and lost just 1 match since April. It is hard to see anyone stopping the Spaniard over the next fortnight. Jannik Sinner. The world number 1 from Italy has reached 2 finals since returning from a 3-month doping ban, but is probably still having nightmares about the 3 championship points he held against Alcaraz at Roland Garros. An aggressive baseliner with excellent movement, Sinner will certainly be a threat, but question marks remain over his stamina in 5-set matches. Novak Djokovic. In reaching the French Open semifinals, Djokovic proved he can still beat 98% of the field in men's tennis. It is just the other 2 who are preventing him from landing that record 25th Grand Slam title. Sinner got the better of him at Roland Garros, while Alcaraz has beaten him in the last 2 Wimbledon finals. Aged 38, can the last of the big 3, still standing, find a way past them and land an 8th SW19 title? Jack Draper. Britain's great hope will go into his home slam seeded 4th after a stellar start to the season, winning a maiden Masters 1000 title at Indian Wells, reaching another final in Madrid and the semi-finals at Queen's. Now free of the fitness issues which dogged his formative years, Draper is one of the most feared players on the ATP Tour and is desperate to emulate Andy Murray and claim the Wimbledon crown. Alexander Bublik. The maverick from Kazakhstan, who prefers a getaway to Las Vegas to a training block, knocked Draper out of the French Open and accounted for Sinner on his way to the Hal title last week in a blur of pinpoint serving, thunderous winners, and a drop shot which lands like a butterfly with sore feet. Temperamental, gloriously unpredictable and brilliant fun to watch.